Hey guys, it's Tiffany from Bella Juicy Love. Again, happy Mother's Day to you all again. I'm back to show you 3 quick little Mother's Day cards that I made. I actually got the idea from Kathy Orta over at Paper Phenomenon, and if you have not checked her channel out, you should. She's probably a paper crafting genius. Love her ideas. I've made a lot of her albums and scrapbooks, and I'm always very inspired by her. So thank you, Kathy, for giving me this idea for Mother's Day cards based on one of your mini albums. The envelope mini is actually the one I got the idea from. So I'm not going to show all of these to you. I'm just going to show you, I'll show you one, and then I'll show you a quick little tutorial on how I did it. And I also just want to show you that they're not really made for lots of chunky embellishments on the inside. It's pretty much made for pictures and maybe like a couple flourishes or some blings or flat tags. But on this one I used 4 cards on the inside, and this one I used 2, and you can tell the difference from the tops that this one is nice and slim and compact and could easily be mailed in like a big padded envelope, and this one I'm not so sure I would stick that in just the padded envelope. And also I feel like it's gonna pull a little bit here just because of the bulkiness. I did hot glue it down really well and use score tape and pretty much every adhesive that I had in my stash to make sure that this ribbon wasn't going anywhere, so hopefully this will stand up for quite a little while. So here we go. I'll show you what's on the inside. You have it's 2 envelopes, 2 cards. These are the 2 cards, and these are the 2 envelopes on these side, and this is a little flat page that I made for the middle. This one I actually made a library pocket out of, and I sealed the top off. I was going to put a Mother's Day card in the top, but I had already made a different Mother's Day card, so and it didn't fit. It would have gone all the way down in, so I just sealed the top on this, but I probably wouldn't. You could easily put a 5x7 photo in there if you were using the 5x7 cards and envelopes. You could just trim the edge off and stick a 5x7 in there. So, and I also want to show you, isn't this adorable? Those are my little 3-week-old granddaughter, Exie. Those are her feet, and I stamped them with some Stampin' Up! Ink and put some stickles on them and made a little butterfly, and I just thought that was a good way for her to sign her Mother's Day cards this year. I'm sure my mom will like that. So anyway, okay, so here we go. I'll show you a quick little tutorial, and I'm sorry I have adhesive on these because I did it before, but my house was literally a madhouse. My grandson was running around and yelling, and my granddaughter was crying, and my dogs were barking, so that's pretty normal in my world, but I didn't want to share that with all you guys on YouTube. So okay, so you take your envelopes and you're just going to cut off just a little sliver, like maybe a 1/16 of an inch here, just to make sure that this little pocket opens. So you're going to cut off the closed portion opposite the flap on both of them. So once you have that done, you line them up like this, and I use hot glue for my albums, but for this I'm just going to use ATG, and you'll want to get a better stick than that. I'm just doing this to save time because I'm on my way out the door in a minute. So there's your little flap, and then to close this pocket off, you're going to take a piece of pattern paper and just line it up. And when you put your pattern paper on, how I like to do mine is line it up on there, and I take my hot glue gun and put a little bead of hot glue there. You don't want to put any adhesive on the open part, otherwise you'll seal it off and you won't be able to put anything in there. So just a little bead of hot glue or ATG, whatever, or score tape probably would work as well as hot glue. That way your pocket will be open and you'll be able to stick your card in there. And for this piece, you can use another envelope, another card if you want, and you would just fold it in half and put it on there. You could seal the top, the side and the bottom and make yourself a little pocket, or you could seal it all, put a little pocket on the front, or if you wanted to take two pieces of paper, you could put a piece on each side. There's plenty of ways to cover this up. If you don't want to use a card, then you could take, excuse me, a piece of 10 by 7 cardstock if you're using the 5 by 7 cards, and just fold it in half and glue it on there. So still, just as long as this little piece gets so that it flip-flops back and forth, then you can do whatever you like. And then I just put it all together. A little piece of ribbon. This is just a piece of seam binding that I was playing with some dies with. And just tie it up and embellish it, and there you go. Thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a very happy Mother's Day. Bye!